We are live. We are live. We are live. It is Kwanzaa 2022. And I am so excited to be spending my first Kwanzaa with my amazing friend and partner, Coach Donna J. We both live in Mexico, but we are spending the holidays with our families in frigid conditions. I'm in Chicago.
And I
Donna
am
is
in Michigan.
in Michigan. So before I get started, I just want to say I'm Sonia Folayan. The name of this channel is Mind and Manna. I am a global coach. I'm a cash flow coach. And I really hope that you stay to the end to listen to what we have to say today. And if our content is something that is of interest to you, please do hit the subscribe button, like, share, and please leave your comments in the comment section at the bottom because I do read them. Donna and I are tag teaming on Kwanzaa this week. So we'll be sharing our content to our respective channels. And I'm going to have her introduce herself to you in just a moment. But the first thing I want to say to everyone is Habari Gani. Habari Gani. This is the first day of Kwanzaa 2022. Habari Gani, Coach Donna J.
Emoja.
Umoja, which means unity.
Unity.
And there are 7 principles of Kwanzaa that we're going to talk about just briefly tonight, but we're going to go through every one this week. And what I love about the concept of unity, it means to strive for and maintain the integrity of our family, our nation, and our race. And so many times, especially in today, with so many divisive politics and all, sometimes we're made to be ashamed to focus on the importance of uplifting our own race and our community. It's vitally important to me. I know it's vitally important to you, Coach Donna J.
Yes.
We have to come together as a strong unit, as a strong cultural unit, as a strong spiritual and racial unit. If we're not together and whole, we're not going to be able to come to the larger table to solve the global problems that the world needs us to be able to solve. Would you
Exactly.
agree?
I would agree. I would agree. I'd when I began doing my little research on Kwanzaa, there was just an awakening. I knew that there was something more that I needed to be doing concerning my family, concerning my community, concerning my race as an individual, and it wasn't a religious thing, although I believe that it has a grounding in that. But one of the things I love about Kwanzaa is not associated with any major holiday or any major religion. It is a principle as people that we should be focusing on, and not just 7 days after Christmas, but 365 days a year. These are things that we need to be doing. I appreciate the time set aside, the 7 days after Christmas, to focus, to bring our family together and say, look, let's not forget what we need to go into the new year focusing on, pledging to do, so that we can continue to grow and thrive as a Black family, as a Black race, as a Black entity in the world at large.
You know, what you said is so important, Donna, because I really want to reiterate what you said. Kwanzaa is a cultural holiday, and it starts immediately after Christmas because it's not a Black Christmas. It's not a Black religious holiday. There are so many in our community and in our own families sometimes who have diverse spiritual and religious practices. The idea is for us to come together and not to be arguing over religion or those. We're coming together to celebrate the principles of how we can uplift ourselves as a nation.
Yes.
So it specifically does not interfere with the Christian holidays, the Muslim holidays, the Jewish holidays. It's designed for us to move forward, as you said, in unity. So, Donna, for those of us who are listening who are not familiar with you and your your practice, share something about who you are, and then let's talk about the Kwanzaa principles.
Absolutely. I want to take just a brief moment. And this beautiful couple back here is my sister and my brother-in-law, Josie and Vern. And today is their 26th anniversary. And so my gift to them is to educate them about Kwanzaa and how we're going to impact our family moving forward. So I'm Coach Donna J. I am a hope and clarity coach. We're bringing clarity to some things today. And I focus mainly on individuals who are approaching retirement and they are nervous and unsure of their financial future. So I assist them into creating some type of a slide hustle that will generate some type of residual income for them in their golden years so that they're not struggling financially. And that's what I do.
Beautiful. And I just want to say again, congratulations to the lovely couple celebrating their anniversary. Beautiful, beautiful.
Oh, they corrected me. They said it's 24 years. I gave them 26, but they was together before the 24. So it 24 years, 24 years.
Beautiful. So the first principle is unity. That's what we're talking about today. What a beautiful show of unity and strength in your family, having your sister and brother-in-law support you and spend some time with you in this really wonderful way this evening. For those of you who can, there is a candelabra. It's actually called a kinara that Donna has set up in her home, and it consists of one black candle, 3 red candles, and 3 green candles. So the black candle is symbolic of the people, of who we are as a people, our nation, our race. The red symbolizes the struggle that we have had to undergo over millennia, but especially in this time of over the Middle Passage and how the African diaspora now is all over the world. And we honor all the African diaspora wherever people are in the world with the first fruits of the best that we have. So the red is for the struggle, and the green represents the land, our motherland of hope, the fertile ideas, the promise of the future for our younger generations. Yes. So we have the red, black, and green, which also are the colors of the Pan-African flag. So Kwanzaa is a cultural movement. It's also a Pan-Africanist movement, which is designed to bring all of the nations of Africa together. Kwanzaa is now celebrated, although it started out as an African-American holiday, it's celebrated all over the world. And when we get back to Mexico, we're going to celebrate it there, aren't we?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that we'll be able to explain it to them so that they'll have a clear understanding of what it is and how they can even use it in their families.
Absolutely. And there certainly is a lot. There's a big African root in Mexico, so we've got a lot of opportunities.
Yes.
So that kinara, can you tell them what the kinara is sitting on? Is it sitting on a mat?
It's sitting on a mat. Yes, it's sitting on a mat, and on the mat I have some of the harvest. And that's kind of what Kwanzaa is about. It's about the first fruits or the harvest that comes when we practice the 7 principles that we will go over this week in our presentation to you. So I've got some fresh fruits, I've got some fresh vegetables, I've got some vegetables that grow underground, the 7 candles, and then I also have the unity cup on my display.
Wonderful. So I'm hoping that anniversary couple right there is going to get that thing kicked off, and that maybe they'll sip from that cup.
Yes.
And also, since you have your family there with you, this is really an awesome time. Who is older, you or your sister?
I'm the oldest. I'm the oldest of 9 brothers of 9 children. So Josie is number 5. Are you number 5? Number 6. Josie is number 6.
Okay, I didn't know you were the oldest, Donna. That's
oldest
that's
of
great.
9.
Well, so this is would be a great time, maybe for you all to take the cup and maybe lift that cup up and honor the names of some of your ancestors who are no longer here, but who certainly have had a big influence on your family.
Okay. Um, Vern, will you lift the unity cup in honor of, you can name off some of your family members that have gone on before us, and Josie will do the same thing. So just call off their names. Now, Sonia, this is my first time doing this. Does he pour off some of the liquid first and then call out
He
their
can.
name?
He
Okay.
can. And if you happen to have a plant, do you have a plant that you can pour some of the water into?
I don't have a plant in here.
That's okay.
Okay, so but yeah, we'll put it on the ground because we're breaking new ground. So
Beautiful.
yeah, yeah. Okay. All right, so go ahead.
Okay. My mom.
So
and
just
dad,
pour off and
my
just
mom and
speak out
dad,
loud.
my mom and dad, my grandparents, and my aunts and uncles that have passed on.
Okay,
Ashe.
thank you. Josie?
To my mother, my father, my grandparents, um, especially my aunt, who I am named for, Josephine.
Okay,
Ashe.
thank you. Okay.
Donna?
Do the same? Oh, okay.
Yes.
So, like with my sister Josie, my mother Maddie, my father JW, my aunt Nettie, my aunt Rosie, who was very influential in me being musically inclined or focusing on my music. My aunt Hester, my aunt Verla, my uncle Buddy. Yeah, Lena, Aunt Lena. Okay.
Ashe. Ashe. And on this end, I'm going to use this symbolic plant, and I'm going to call out the names of my parents, Carl and Wanda Williams, Eugene and Mary Beard, my mother's parents, Geneva Williams, Carl Williams, Carl Payne. My grandmother had two husbands named Carl. Um,
Hey, girl.
um, my sister, Carla June Williams, who passed 10 months before I was born. I also want to acknowledge all those who came across the Middle Passage who did not make it, whose bones are in the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean and other places. All those that came through the Underground Railroad, the northern route, and the southern routes. Also, we want to honor Nat Turner, Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman, Phyllis Wheatley, Louis Armstrong, all those whose creativity helped to make this new place, an easier place for us to live. So we give all of them honor and we say Ashe.
Ashe.
And so it is. We honor the blood and the sweat and the tears that have made the lives that we have possible today.
Thank you. Ashe.
So, as we are celebrating Kwanzaa in our homes this week, and as we find ways to incorporate these principles in our lives, just want to also just briefly mention that on every day, a candle is lighted. The first candle is the black candle. The second day, we go to the far left side and light a red candle. Then the next day, we go to the far left and light a red candle. Then we go to the far right and light a green candle. We'll go left, right, so that on the seventh day, all of the candles are aflame. Kwanzaa it's really important also that we do not allow Kwanzaa to be over commercialized. We are to emphasize handmade gifts, spending time with each other, baking, cooking together, having family discussions as you are doing in your home right now, Donna and family. Um, this is not the time. This is we have to really keep our finger on the pulse and not to allow big corporations to co-opt what this is about. This is the time to support local vendors, artists, to purchase homemade, handmade goods, products, clothing from Africa, um, all those things. Supporting local vendors, small vendors. It's better to have a homemade something stitched together than to go out and spend a lot of money on commercial stuff that you're going to throw away the next day. So, exactly what your family is doing is how it should be done. And also at the very end, we do give children gifts, zawadi. We call them zawadi, and the gifts are to uplift the children. The children are to make promises every year, and they are to keep those promises and to be held accountable for them. And if they don't keep their promises, they're really not supposed to get a gift. It's not like Christmas. It's like, no, really, no, you really don't get this gift because you didn't keep your word.
Okay.
So it's a way of helping children to develop character and to be accountable.
Yeah,
and the gifts are to be homemade gifts, gifts emphasizing learning, maybe a chess set or checkers or books, those kind of things.
Yeah, I just love that. I love that.
So, are there any questions from the family?
Yes, I have a question. As far as giving gifts, I'm a lead teacher in a toddler room, and I love the gift of reading. So, what would be your suggestion? We return to work. Um, I'm not going to return tomorrow, but normally I would, but I'm going to be enjoying this night over here with my family. And I was kind of down in my back, so I didn't want to risk driving in the highway. So I'm taking advantage
Absolutely.
of this time. But I would like to give the gift and be celebrating the next 7 days, the gift of reading.
I'm sorry.
So one of the things in my research that I have been finding out is that part of the celebration includes reading, poetry,
Yes.
storytelling, music, dance. So you're right on target with that urgency or that urge to want to read. It's part of the celebration.
Absolutely. I just couldn't hear all that she said. You wanted to give the gift of reading?
Reading.
Oh, perfect. 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 That's what we need. And spending time with each other, one-on-one, spending
Yeah.
time.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I told my grandson today was that part of your gift is we're spending time together.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have my time. You have my undivided attention.
Okay.
And I have your company. That's the gift that we're celebrating today.
Yeah.
We're together.
And my sister Josie is an excellent storyteller. She's got this memory that she just remembers things, and she can tell them so eloquently that it's like we're in the moment. So I appreciate
beautiful.
that. Yeah.
So I see some family story times coming in the future with all those great grandchildren gathered around. I can see that.
Most definitely. Yes, always been my desire is to birth a children's book from our views and how we see life.
Yes.
And so,
Beautiful.
just the Lord willing, one day I will give that book from our perspective.
Beautiful.
I don't know, it might be more than one, but I've always desired to write a children's book. And like today, our anniversary, the family that traveled over, I wanted them. They didn't know it was a setup, but it was a setup to be here for Kwanzaa, because I learned, we weren't taught Kwanzaa coming up in school.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a fairly new, I'll say not new, but it's not a very old religion. It was birthed in the 60s.
Yes.
And if you want to share the gentleman, he was an activist, a scholar.
Yes, it was actually birthed out of the Black freedom movement in the 60s. And Dr. Maulana Karenga is credited with being the founder of Kwanzaa. And I really love to refer everyone to the official Kwanzaa website. It's called the official Kwanzaa website. And on that site, you get a real sense of the history. And every year, Dr. Karenga, who is 81 now, creates an address for Kwanzaa of the year for us to think about for the whole year to come. So if you go to that website, you'll see all of the addresses that are archived there, and a deeper explanation about the history and the genesis of it. A lot of the struggle that kind of birthed this movement. The thing that he's talking about this year, which I just find is so beautiful, I was sharing this with Donna, and that is this year's Kwanzaa theme really focuses on the foundational right and practice of freedom. Freedom in its inclusive sense, not only freedom from domination and deprivation and degradation, so rampant and ruinous in the world, but also freedom to be ourselves, to express ourselves, to develop ourselves, to grow and flourish and come into the fullness of ourselves. I just think that is so beautiful.
Yes.
And that's where Donna and I have come together in terms of this vision that we have for Black women. For us to think beyond the confines that we have been told we had to stay in, for us to think beyond borders, for us to think about the broader possibilities, and for us to come together with purpose and intention, utilizing these principles: self-determination, collective work and responsibility, cooperative economics,
Purpose, creativity,
yes, and faith.
And faith.
To make a difference in the lives of others, knowing that as we do that, we're also making differences in our own lives as well.
Yes.
So is there something that you want to say about that, Donna?
No, you cleared it up very well. I just said, as you were listing the things about collective work and responsibility, I can't wait to hear you talk more about cooperative economics, purpose, creativity, and faith. Just incorporating that as a lifestyle within our business, within our purpose that we have set aside to do as we are down in Mexico, and then even back here in the U.S. when we're here in the U.S., because we go back and forth. But yes,
absolutely. So the mission, the gauntlet has been laid down, and it's just up to us in our communities and in our families to pick up the gauntlet and do what we need to do.
yes.
And so I just really applaud you, Donna, and your family for and beginning to incorporate this in your lives. This, the decision that you're making today will have an impact on your future generations just by the decision that you've made today.
Yes. And I'm glad we're unified in that. And I think this is a perfect time to light the unity candle.
I do too.
All right. Vern, since you are the elder, I'm going to have you light the black candle. Thank you.
Beautiful. Oh, it's lovely. So, Donna, I'm going to ask if you have anything that you would like to say to close us out this evening.
I just want you guys to, Josie, did you say something? No?
No, just
Okay. I just want to say that I'm so grateful for the opportunity to have you in my life, Sonia, to teach me, to share with me. I came to you and you said, I want to learn more about Kwanzaa, and your eyes just lit up. And so I'm so grateful for that. And I'm looking forward to the next 6 days. Today is day 1. So the following 6 days, just to learn more, delve more into it, and give some practical application of these principles in our life moving forward.
Beautiful. I love it. I think you all have done a wonderful job of demonstrating the principle number 1, unity, tonight. It's been my pleasure to spend this time with you, and it's been such a pleasure to have a chance to visit with the anniversary couple tonight too. I just love saying that.
Thank you.
Do you all have any other questions before we close for the evening?
No, we're all set.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Tomorrow.
Okay. I will see you tomorrow.
All right. Habari Gani, what's the news? What's the news? Habari Gani.
Oh, Umoja
tonight.
Umoja.
Yes. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.